right, so I'll give you guys the Colorado build version 2. I've got a couple notes here of everything that's been done to the Colorado up to this point. It's been through a lot of changes over the past 2 or 3 years, but this is where it's at right now. This is an 05 Chevy Colorado Z71 4-door crew cab. I bought this truck, drove it for work for several years, then decided to basically make it into a race truck where it's at now. Right now, it is running a vsracing 85 millimeter turbo. It's running a 60 millimeter wastegate. I'm using the JGS blow-off valve. I'm using the Scherer lid with the TIC Performance sandwiched air to water intercooler. This system has the factory air on it. I'm using the factory ECU to run all the factory options on the truck, utilizing the current performance integration harness. I'm using a chiller system to cool the water down that's going through the intake. That's all tied into my AC system. It's a 6-liter stock block. It's an LS2 block. I'm using the Texas Speed Stage 4 cam. Of course, it's got the trunnion upgrade in it. The coil packs have been upgraded as well. I'm using low dollar pressure transducers for everything. I'm using a adjustable proportioning valve. I've got the Motion Raceworks sensor block. This is a custom built log that I built for this truck. I did purchase the builder's kit from Fowler Motorsports and was able to modify it to get it to work for this truck and what I wanted to do with it. So that's everything up front. Stock radiator still. Underneath the truck, the front diff is the factory front diff. It does have upgraded custom front drive shaft and rear drive shaft. It's running the stock CV axles. It's got slotted and drilled rotors up front with power stop brake pads. I'm using a 4L80E transmission that's built by myself. I'm using Circle D torque converter. I'm also using Jake's D3 trans brake. I've got a 241C transfer case in here right now. The rear is a 8.6 factory V8 Colorado rear end that I picked up on car parts. It's got a stock 373 gearing. I'm running the Race Star. These are 17s all the way around. And I'm using the Mickey Thompson Street SS's. These are 305 45 17 tires. I've got adjustable Rancho front shocks, and I have the Caltrax in the rear, and I have Caltrac adjustable rear shocks on the rear. I've also got a Proform rear diff cover to just try to keep that thing to hold together. It's got a bed liner in it. Trying to think of anything else that I might have missed. Injectors. We'll talk about the fuel system. So the fuel system, it's got the stock factory fuel tank in it. I'm using 2 525 Hellcat fuel pumps. I'm running E85. I don't know if I mentioned the injectors or not, but they're 210 injectors. I'm using the Holley Terminator X. I've also got Holley's Pro Dash. I'm using their CAN module. Inside the truck, this truck is using CO2. I've also got FabBot's disconnect for the steering wheel, which is nice. It allows you to use your factory turn signals. I've got a quick shift B&M shifter. I've got a manual shifter for the transfer case. Kicker sub in the rear, kicker door speakers, tweets. I'm using a Pioneer head unit. Like I said, everything works in the truck. Windows, door locks, all that stuff. We're using CO2. It's got a kicker amp in it. I think that's basically the rundown of the truck. If I'm missing something, I'll try to remember and I'll try to post that. But I just wanted to give you guys an overview of what the truck is right now. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. We'll try to answer them as fast as we can. We appreciate y'all's support, and we're looking forward to this racing season. I really believe this truck is going to set some records this year, especially for a 4,500-pound street truck. So please like, subscribe, comment below, and thanks again for your support.